What's going on, guys? Welcome back.
That was
Another edition Holy Try Football Podcast. Bowl season preview part 1. We'll get through about half of them, including the 4 first-round games and the game above, Sports Bowl as well.
For sure.
It's me, Eli, coming to you from the Beale State capital of the Red State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, here a week before Christmas. Dan, to my west, what's up?
ready to get the show on the road, ready to settle the hash, beginning 48 and a half hours from now.
Yep.
Good math.
It is. Ken, to my east, what's up?
Enjoying some vestiges of summer. It was 58 degrees yesterday, I believe. Pretty warm. Got some ball in. It was nice. But we're definitely not going to have any vestiges of summer this weekend. Not looking forward to that.
No, we are not. It's going to get back to being pretty chilly here in the Commonwealth, where Ken will be this weekend, and also along the east, and some northern sites for these CFP games. Big pod today. We have 18 to 20 bowl games. We took last week off. Army, Navy, that was fun. Navy took it to them. As far as championship week, that was 2 weeks ago. Ken, did you enjoy Indianapolis?
I did. I did enjoy it. It was, I always say, one of the better cities for hosting these large-scale events. They know what they're doing there. And I love it because everything's indoors and very easy to get around. So, obviously, not the best results, but in the grand scheme of things, not the worst either. I'm interested to think. I guess they wouldn't have done it right because they had Penn State ahead of Notre Dame. But if Penn State hadn't gone to the Big Ten title game, I wonder if the committee would have kept them ahead of Notre Dame. Because I feel like with the loss, most pundits, talking heads, myself included, though I wouldn't say I'm a talking head, though I guess I do.
I would say we are.
We're talking heads. If you're watching, I found myself more energized by it if I were a Penn State fan, and I know a lot of the national guys feel that way about their offense. It's the best. Some people were saying it's the best they've looked in since 2016, right, against an opponent with a pulse. So
Yeah,
I can't help but think they were strengthened by that. I wonder if they hadn't played at all, if Notre Dame would have jumped them, even if they hadn't played. Or I guess if they would have jumped them before that game, because I think the committee was giving themselves room to keep Penn State up there if they wanted to or not. If they were sitting at home
By saying that it wouldn't affect them.
Yeah, by sitting at home and not playing the Big Ten title game, I wonder if that last week against USC they would have jumped them or not. But another day, we will never know, right?
Right.
We'll never.
Yeah. We could go on for hours with this, but you could certainly argue that was a great result. You get improvement, confidence with the offense, and you have a more manageable path. Whereas Oregon did not get good treatment, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled.
Exactly. I'm glad Penn State got to reap the benefits for now, though. I guess before the system gets fixed, it's interesting to see if they continue to reap them. This very fortuitous path. We'll see if they take advantage.
I'm not very.
They're talking about just resetting or not having the 4 buys.
Most of the points every point I've been hearing was just seed them how they are.
Yeah.
Keep buys.
With the rankings, yeah.
I'm not too tuned into the Oregon beat, but I would assume that they're rather unhappy out there.
Yeah, I think they're not happy, but again, they're confident. They have wire to wire been the best team, and they certainly look the part. I'll tell you that. Their receivers, Tez was awesome. Penn State didn't have anything he could do to hold him down. I won't harp on the penalties. I know that was a big talking point, and there's some RPOs with the linemen 7 yards downfield that were magnified on the telecast, I understand. And I think it was, overall, it was – I don't expect Penn State to have that type of issues against almost anybody except for probably Oregon, right, with the way that they play. And I think they'll play them better. Obviously, Oregon will also play them better the next time around with adjustments. But I'm excited to see what Penn State can do. Maybe AY and myself will be down in Miami. Who knows? Together.
Possibly see you in the semis. I got that text at like 12:30 last 2 Sundays ago.
Oh yeah, sure.
Would everyone just freaking relax here? long journey ahead. Dan, any thoughts on all this?
No, not really. Just I guess surprised it was a little bit more high scoring than I would have expected, but not surprised by the result there. I guess I was surprised that Texas did so well, even in defeat.
What do you mean did so well?
Texas?
Oh, what you mean with the how
they outgained them? I mean,
okay. Yeah, I mean that's the same thing they were doing against Texas A&M. They were moving the ball, and then they would just.
The point is they didn't do that against Georgia the first time, which is why I was surprised.
Oh right.
And
yet they still mustered 13 points, if that.
Yeah,
was it that in regulation?
Was it 13 all.
14 in regulation.
Yeah, something like that.
16, but yeah.
I'm trying to think what else it was. Yeah, like AY said, it was so long ago.
They should have 20 points at halftime.
The lasting impression was I had the worst service ever at a restaurant from 6:30 to 8:45 when I finally pulled the plug on it and just walked around. I'm trying to think what else. Arizona State played well. That obviously thought that would be tighter.
Yep.
I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess Clemson.
What about yours? Down in Charlotte, we didn't have anybody down there on the ground.
Yeah, Clemson getting up the way they did, but obviously the end margin is not surprising. But the way they got up on them, and then much like the Scar, stupid Scar. That's my least favorite game of the season. That Clemson Scar game. They just couldn't. Well, I guess they did hold on to win against Smoot, but I'm just surprised that they concede these types of drives, whereas I feel like for a lot of the Dabo era, I don't remember them giving up much,
right,
in the way of comebacks like that. But yeah, that'll be an interesting game. We'll obviously talk about it with Texas because I think all three of the game, really all four of the games, it does seem they're being taken as sim ahead results.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think the one in Columbus is sim ahead. No, I think I'm
just going with what I've seen.
Other people are not taking it as that. I could see it being simmed ahead.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Congrats to the midshipmen. It looks like all three of us picked them. It looks like good pick by us.
That was a good one. And that was the other thing. I forgot all about Friday. Yeah, congrats to Army, even in losing Army Navy, which I'm sure they would rather have the win over Navy, which is asinine, but I know that's a big rivalry. But that was impressive. They did run pretty pure against Tulane, whereas Tulane had some gaffes earlier on there, but that was impressive. I don't think we all had Tulane in that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that on Friday.
Yep. And then the other game Friday night was Rich Rod and his swan song on the way home.
Yeah, returning.
Yep.
Good segue to notes.
On the way out. Yeah, we could jump right into notes if we wanted to here.
Yeah. Notes here are super broad because there's just
so much. Too much.
Portal and Sell. A few highlights here, which we can go to multiple avenues, obviously. The highlight, not player-wise, but I think
Belichick's the highlight. Come on.
Well, yeah, well, I was going to go Portal, but Carousel, yes. Carousel Belichick is the highlight. Fascinating.
Yeah. That's fascinating. The other big one down in I guess it's not as big, but Scott Frost going home. That one's funny. Seeing him getting the band back together. I don't have high hopes for him. And then what else do we have? Who else do we have?
I mean, Marshall just quit.
That was interesting because that's what it sounded like, and to see him go from that team, and they won the championship, and then head out the door to the same conference to the worst team in the conference is pretty crazy. Anything else so we can filibuster on here while Dan is frozen?
I mean, the cell's going to keep turning. Freeman got an extension, which that.
Are you happy about
that? Yeah. I mean,
was he in it for NFL jobs or was it more other?
From
other teams.
The closest I heard was the biggest worry of exit would have been Ohio State. They apparently that would have been a very tough decision for Freeman.
Of course.
But I mean, the extension wasn't a surprise. That's been brought up in circles for probably about a month now.
Yeah.
It was not if, it was just when. So I mean, yeah, I'm definitely happy with that.
Now, if there's a blowout loss in Columbus this weekend, then he's locked down. Then, right?
Yeah, but he was Pete Bevacqua the AD had a presser yesterday, and they asked him specifically, "What's the buyout?" And they mentioned, like, if Ohio State comes knocking, what's the buyout?
Yeah.
And Bevacqua said, there are no carve-outs in this deal.
So not specifically for Ohio State.
So I'm not sure what.
I think that just means that there's no specific out clauses for Ohio State that it'd be the same buyout everywhere then, I guess.
Yeah.
So you can specifically to Ohio State. Good sidestep by Bevacqua.
Yeah, so you can read into that what you will. But yes, I am pleased with it for sure. And what was I? Also the filibuster we're going to do. The other half of the notes, which comes up every year now, starting with last year with Malik Murphy, is the transfer portal. Bo Perbula put in the impossible spot.
The impossible spot.
We could go on and on for this, but I
don't think we need to. It's just a terrible calendar.
I wanted just where I was last year on this. I'm still with Mandel. The season needs to be, the timeline needs to be adjusted. Move the season up more. We don't need to finish in January 20th. We need We need a window there in early January before the spring semester.
You don't need the 2 weeks here between championship week, and you don't need it.
It's abundantly clear, and it just sucks to see these casualties. And I was very pleased. I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I was very pleased with what Jimmy said about it and how he just feels awful. Bo had no choice, and
no choice.
Any sane person should feel bad for Bo right now because like he's in an impossible spot.
Yep. What do you think? And I think James is, pretty steadfast about it. Enter the portal, and you're. I don't want to say he's off the team, but like, especially at the quarterback position, you have to be studying the film. You have to be preparing as if you're the starter. You can't be obviously taking off and taking visits and whatnot. I understand he has to take visits. It's interesting the other more player focused approach that like Dillingham is taking, allowing kids to ride out the journey with them, understanding where they need to be, and as long as they're continuing to go to practice, go to class, do what they need to do as a student in quotes, welcome on the team. So it's interesting to see the different approaches, how that's received, and hopefully, I mean they've changed rules mid season before, right? They changed the rule mid season this year, didn't they? I'm sure the competition committee can put their heads together here in the off season and hopefully get something ironed out here because it is untenable. It really is.
And it is a good marketing opportunity to have just a dedicated window. I know we have that now.
Yeah.
But they just have like other sports have free agency periods.
Yeah.
It's a big to do.
It is. So the big sell notes, we can talk about Drew. The other side of that Bo Prabula note is LR being the big fish coming back, announcing he's coming back. I think it's only really been him and Nussmeier that said they're coming back. I don't think many people really announce their NFL intentions until after their ball games usually. So I know portal is one thing, but the NFL side of it is usually much further down the road, and there's no reason keeping it under wraps with the Bo news really just putting it, out in it. So that came out.
Well, I think that's good on Drew also or the coaching staff or whoever was in charge of that coming together and being proactive about this.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew could have been like, "Oh yeah, I don't know," and he could have decided. Yeah.
Well, I think it's also very good for, potential portal receivers and anybody coming in knowing that they'll be playing with potentially the number one draft pick next year, or not number one draft pick, but number one quarterback off the board next year, right?
I think it's good. It's great for the team. The player doesn't owe the team really anything, but it's just
and obviously nothing's 100% set in stone, but. If Drew goes for 404 touchdowns on the way in every game on the way to a national championship this year and is literally the lock to be number one, then that may change. But
right,
then you kind of have to go then.
Yeah, then you have to go, right?
Yeah. Unless who didn't it? Barkley, right? Infamously.
Barkley, I mean. Was he even that high? I know he ended up going number 2, but I don't remember if his stock was that high after.
I'm talking about Matt Barkley.
Oh, Matt Barkley.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he was a lock. And though I feel like back then we were hearing that, but I don't think it's as like it was as like definitive with people knowing and their sources that he was going to be number one. Because I remember hearing, and maybe it's revisionist history, but that like NFL scouts weren't necessarily sold on him even going into the year they were preseason number one. But who knows? That was more so.
Who went? Well, Andrew Luck would have been number one that year, regardless if he'd come out a year earlier, and probably RG3. So he probably would have been the third because the Tana Thrill was third.
Right.
He probably would have been the top 10.
Right. That was, I feel like his class was terrible. The class after Barkley's class. I can't remember. I listened to somebody talking about that class recently. But sell-wise, anything else on the sell? I mean, the news is
Manuel. Yeah, because Manuel was the only quarterback taken.
So, I mean, we could spend hours on this because there's so many names we're not thinking of. But
Mateer just got picked up by Oklahoma, I saw.
Breaking news.
Yep, breaking news.
Dickert left. I saw today Salter went to the Buffs.
Okay.
If
That's
that
a
was,
nice bridge, I think, for them and the future Julian.
if it was last year's Salter, yeah,
and their
that's
future head coach.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen there, but there's just, there's guys just
Every Alabama player is getting offered in the portal. It's hilarious. Getting tampered with. It's just too much to go over. I think. The one thing I saw today. Did you guys see this headline? I was cracking up at it. LSU, I think, won some, or not LSU. The state of Louisiana won some type of settlement or some type of court ruling where they're going to get a few $1 million against Juul and vaping, and a few $100,000 of that is going to go towards college athletes and a commercial program for anti-vaping. So very, very good.
If you can't get Saudi funds, then get the Gen Z.
The Gen Z vape settlement funds. Anything else we want to touch on here before we?
I just want to say where I got cut off by terrible internet. Pitt has been playing this stupid North Carolina team for far too long. And the year that Bill Belichick becomes the head coach, they're not on the schedule. I just like to say that's annoying.
Yep. Dan would have been in.
I would have gone to that. Yeah, I've already cooled on I know I said that on the last show we did, but I've already cooled on the Rich Rod.
Yep. Oh, so you're not gonna be going.
We'll see. It is funny too. The date, obviously, you've probably seen September 13th.
Yep.
9-13.
They're very good. 9-13. Very good.
Pretty funny.
Pretty good.
It is good.
All right.
You ready to jump into this juicy slate?
So we're gonna go through here with some of the ball games up to a certain point, and then are we gonna pick our bracket, or are we only picking the first four?
I'll just say this: I'm not changing my Georgia over Ohio State prediction.
Okay. Well, we can go right through the bracket, just so it's on the record.
But if you want to put it on the record, I would just put that because we'll pick the games.
Yeah, later on.
Really, all we'd be doing with the bracket is we'd be picking the second and third round.
Exactly, and then fourth, I guess, the final.
Yeah. You guys would have to. If you're going off of, because I think we all had either. Where is it?
We didn't do too bad. We missed 5.
Kansas State. I have Georgia.
We missed 5, 5, and 4.
5, 5, and 4.
So we got
the
7,
Big 12
7.
though is the funniest. we had Utah, Kansas State, Oklahoma State. Anybody else in there?
I had frickin' Florida State. Can you believe it? Amazing.
You guys both had Okie State, yeah.
Yeah. 2 big bombs.
I haven't seen any tickets either about Arizona State being on there. I thought for sure one would surface like Arizona State to make the play. I mean, it had to have been 3 triple digits, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Let's look at to win the Big 12. We had them listed at 100 to 1. I'm sure you could have got higher out there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into.
We're gonna fly through these bowls because,
for the record, while it is going right now, 2 of us had JMU.
Yeah, I've got the hedging P on.
You got the HP looking good. Right, for
on
now.
Topper Nation. For now, yeah, it's tight.
Yep.
Like
later on this evening, though, on the West Coast.
Formerly known as the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl.
Now is the Gronk Bowl, right? Is this the one Gronk does?
I don't know. It's what Art of Sport Bowl or Art of Sport LA Bowl.
I think this is the one that Gronk does.
Nice.
I
thought you said Grok initially, like the Twitter AI.
Oh yeah, no, Gronk.
That'll be next.
Yeah, it's hosted by Gronk.
Nice.
Very good.
Set your dials for an hour from now.
Exactly. UNLV -3.5 here. Mullen, I don't believe is coaching, right?
He's not doing the Brian Kelly.
He's not jumping right in there. Mendoza, I don't believe is playing, right?
No, so I'm gonna if you want to bring us into the Bulls, I have up Action Network Stuckey.
Oh yeah.
I listened to him because college basketball stuff for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
In football, the last few years, I'm still unsure how I feel about him. He talks too much.
Yeah. I'm
But
not.
he does grind in the numbers.
Yeah.
He puts out a portal tracker.
Nice.
So as you go over the Bulls, I can let us know if there's mass exodus, quarterbacks out, and whatnot. This game, new coach for UNLV and Mendoza's out. Ricky White, who knows who's playing? I think UNLV is gonna be pissed off, or they could just not care. We can say that for any game here.
You can say that.
I'm gonna go.
Some with more certainty than others.
I'm gonna go run Rebels here to cover.
I'll go with you here as well.
All right, I got to catch up. Woke agenda. Already had it down anyway.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna stipulate that.
Good. Sam Houston down. Casey Keeler heading back to the area, at least that he's from, taking the Temple job, former Delaware.
Interesting.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. He's
Pretty good hire
gone.
by the Owls.
Yep. So he's gone. Georgia Southern. Helton. At the
Tyson.
Tyson. I'll go Georgia Southern then here to cover with Sam Houston rudderless. Maybe they'll hire ZP back down there.
I know. Going Sam Houston.
Sam Houston, a bunch of guys in the portal, but supposedly most will play. I'll take Georgia Southern.
Jacksonville State rudderless without Rich Rod.
Good matchup here.
Yeah, good matchup. I'll go Ohio. They impressed me.
Me as well. Shoved it right down. That was my lock. It was Miami.
Oh yeah. They impressed me. What, they went like 40-3?
It was so bad. I was actually at the gym, believe it or not. And,
what were you doing in there?
On the treadmill.
Okay.
I refused to actually pick up a weight in the gym. I just
Sure.
But anyway, that was the only game on because the Pac-12. So I had the Pac-12 on my phone on the treadmill, and then there was like 6 screens that had Ohio, and they love the action in Ohio. Yeah.
Right. The Big 12. You said the Pac-12.
Oh, excuse me. Wow. In a way, no.
Yes, in a way. 38-3. AY, where are you going here?
Ohio, no one in the portal. Jacksonville, both teams without a coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got it back one last time. We got it back Huff and Stewart.
Yep.
Just go out strong, boys.
Yep.
So give me the Cox.
Chesney puts a nose in front, 17-14.
All right. This is an interesting one. Tulane, they retained their coach, but not their quarterback.
Minshew.
What?
No, I was calling him Minshew, but I think it's Mensa.
Oh, yeah. Mensa, yeah. Mensa going to Duke.
I got knapsack, the red hot Gators, who I picked against all year. They win by 2 touchdowns.
I'm going Gators. I think, this is Gasparilla in Tampa.
Mike Brown's hometown bowl.
Mike Brown's hometown. There's going to be a lot of Gators fans excited to cap off what was a resurgent end of the year. I think you'll see Lagway come out here, put up some numbers, and they'll get some local guys in there, and it'll be a very momentum-filled offseason here for Sunbelt Billy. I've got them covered here. Tulane limping to the finish line after almost getting their way in, making their way in for Dan. Oh, not for Dan, but
yeah, I'm still pissed off about that LJS.
Yeah,
that was my cheeky pick, I suppose.
Yep. Oh, wait, did you go Florida? You did go Florida as well.
I went Florida. Yeah.
Yep.
Summerall's staying, but Mentz is gone.
Yep. Summerall seeing the writing on the wall for next year in the SEC.
Staying in state potentially.
I'm gonna take the points here.
Okay.
Yeah, they played hard against USC a few years ago.
They sure did.
Whole different regime, but we'll take them.
Yep.
Oh, this line looks high.
This line does look high. Utsa -9.
This is at home for Postal, excuse me.
Yes.
Coastal looks like they got a few starters already signed elsewhere. UTSA minimal opt-outs. I don't even know why I'm looking at this. There's so many things on here.
I'll take the at home.
It does look high, so I'm gonna lay them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who I going Oppo?
Me too. The McCown. How about Josh McCown's son QBing? Let's shout out.
Shout out to his family. Fresno.
7 or 8 starters listed here. Some declarations for the draft for Fresno. Doesn't matter. I got it. SOS, NIU.
You got to go. Yeah, that's what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Potentially for the future matchup Ken alluded to. He has to pull for NIU SOS as well.
Yes.
Although quarterback Ethan Hampton is going to Woke Forest to play.
Wait, didn't he pull out?
Oh, because of Dickert.
Yeah, no, because of
Clausen.
proceeding. Yeah, because of Clausen. I thought I saw he reopened his.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Maybe he recommitted to Dickert. Who knows?
Who knows? He got material to throw the ball well. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've always liked Dickert. I thought he was good. I don't know.
No health. It wasn't health with claw fence, right?
I think he just wanted out.
Yeah. He reached the mountaintop, and then AY and I pushed him down.
Yes.
AY, where are you going?
Oh, I'm going NIU.
Where are you going?
NIU.
NIU. Everybody's on NIU. All right. Mike Brown. Going out to the islands.
AY's favorite bowl game.
Yep. Can't wait.
I don't even know if Byron Brown is back or playing or what he's doing. I'm going San Jose State here. Ken, and going back to the homeland, his father just passed yesterday. They'll be playing for him.
Emotionally charged Ken N's enough for me. And I liked what they did against the tree at the end there. That was somehow on the TV for way too long. I forget what day it was, but I'm going Josie. The spread and shred offense.
Yeah, I've been impressed with San Jose State ever since that Washington State.
You have been.
But no Nick Nash. But canceled out is the Ken N emotional factor here. And they finally, Emmett Brown, the quarterback. Oh, wait, no, he was the one. Was he the original starter against Washington State? But he's in the portal. Crap. Doesn't matter. Ken N. Sorry, Mike Brown.
Sorry, Mike Brown.
Is Mike Brown making the trip?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
I could, that would be one of the least surprising things you told me about him.
If you got a text
Mike
from
Brown's going to the Hawaii Bowl.
If you got a text from Mike Brown like 3 a.m. because he's still awake, he says like Meli Kaliki Maka.
If I get a text from him, it'd be like, "You have any good Maui recommendations?" Popped over here on the way to Honolulu. Didn't realize that Hawaii was in Honolulu, not Maui. I saw the post from Ken N yesterday. He said he'd met 5 different presidents, multiple Hall of Fame coaches, multiple Hall of Fame players. The one man that he knew that had the most leadership, his father.
Great run
by Big N.
Big N. Don't even know his size.
I don't even want to try it.
Yes.
Oh, the rate. Oh.
Speaking of emotional games.
I will be here. Multiple hometowns divided I got invited to a viewing party for this game next week. I think I might have to wear my Kansas State hat.
Ooh.
Gita.
Oh, so you can't record on the 26th then?
I couldn't. I can. What time is this game? I don't even know.
This game's at 5:30.
5:30. Maybe I'll record from the.
Yeah, do it. This would be iconic. We'd have a what's the Pitt game again? Game above.
Game above.
Game above recap / Gers K-State Rate Bowl live stream.
Live stream.
Nobody else on the internet will be doing that at that time, or ever again.
Yeah, I might have to take the call from the car. Gina, what do we do for that game?
College party?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably evening time.
All right. We'll do it. Yeah. Okay.
Or we could do it late night.
We could do late night. We could do
Double post
That'd be something.
post show.
All right. K-State Cats -7 here. Gila Monster, I don't think is playing, is he?
I know nothing about any of this. That's AY's department for these.
Who?
Manungai? Is he playing?
Potential opt-out.
Yeah, I'll go Kansas State.
What the hell is potential opt-out? This list has got to be 7,000 players long if it's potential opt-out.
It is. That's why I'm just saying that. I'm looking at this. Just there's
too many things.
There's portal. There's
That's too
opt-out.
much. That's
Potential
confusing.
opt-out, and there's declaration for draft. And then there's notes saying like portal guys might play. It's so layered. Both running backs are potential opt-outs.
Oh god.
Get in, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The true running back is still there, Avery. So Avery, I'll ride him here.
Yeah. I mean, I had K-State in my playoff, so I got to ride him here.
Yeah.
I'll go K-State by 8. This is to be. I would not money line parlays these cats though.
I wouldn't bet any of these games.
All right, not Mario Fannin. You remember Mario Fannin?
Harold, right?
Harold Fannin. Do you remember Mario Fannin though?
No, I don't.
He was, I think, a running back for Auburn.
You could have said that was your friend Mario's last name. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, Mario Fannin. Yeah, he was a running back for Auburn back in. When did he play there? He went undrafted in 2011. I think he was on the team that won it for them. But Harold Fannin feeling some type of way, even though he got more of the first team All-American list than Tyler Warren. I don't think it's confirmed if he's playing in this or not, right? But irregardless, he is.
He said he'll play.
Oh, so this sounds like a thing where he'll play.
You don't just skip the 68 Ventures Bowl.
Yeah, he'll play like 2 series and then sit the rest of the game. I think sounds like it. I'll go Bowling Green here. Strength of schedule.
I'm gonna lay him too.
Yeah, this is the easiest one. I feel like this is an AY lock, if we're even doing locks. But I'm going Bowling Green as well.
Yeah.
Arkansas State.
What did they end up going in the MAC this year?
They just missed out. They lost to somebody I think they lost to Ohio. They would have gone if they had beat Ohio the last week.
What are they doing? All right. The Naval Academy.
Be careful here as well.
Yeah. Navy riding high.
I'm riding it.
You riding it?
I am. Yeah, give me the middies. I don't think they spring the upset, dude. My second lose by a field goal.
A lot of option game here with Hawkins there. I presume that's who's going to be in there, right? At quarterback for Oklahoma.
Yeah, because what's his name's in the portal, right? Arnold.
Arnold's out of the portal now.
Oh, is he staying or what?
No, he's out of the portal to
Auburn.
Auburn.
Oh,
I saw Hawkins said he was taking first team reps and second team reps because they don't have any other quarterbacks. Uh, ugh.
I'll go Navy.
I think I go Oklahoma here. I just, yeah. No SOS, no more needed. NIU will take care of it. Although this next one, we know where I'm going to the next one.
Oh yeah, you got to go with Dan.
The
Vanderbilt.
Upstart Bowl.
Yeah, and that's hot off the presses. What's his name? Back for next year.
Haynes or
No,
Pavia.
Pavia got his injunction granted or whatnot, and he's back for 2025.
There we go.
His game logs are crazy if you look at those, going
Yeah,
back
this-
all the way through his career.
This is an interesting game. I don't even know where to go here. Singleton is out, right? I'll go Vandy here, riding the wave with Pavia, the momentum.
That's what I'm doing too.
I got 4 notes. Obviously, 1, we know Singleton's out. 2, Haynes King is playing. 3, Pyron transferred to row
Yes.
the boat.
Yep,
And 4, the difference maker, Van Danberg.
there he is. So you are going GT. In case
What?
you are going Yellow Jackets. then.
No doubt.
No
Oh
doubt.
yeah, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I think Georgia Tech's pretty good, and
Yeah.
that Georgia game is not clouding my judgment. I thought they were good before that.
All right. Hogs. Sam Pittman. The Pittman back. Texas Tech. I don't know what's going on with them. They lost that 5-star receiver in the portal. Then they dropped like millions of dollars for this defensive end, I think, from UCF. Kansas. I don't even know where to go with this one.
I'm taking the Pit Man.
The Pittman.
I'll give you my pick before him. While you're mulling it over. Weird year for Tech.
Yes.
Whereas Pittman, I feel like, is pretty straightforward and overachieving season.
He did just have hip surgery after the last game of the year. I forget who they played, but that was a while ago. Portal stuff, kind of foggy here with this team, this game. So I'm gonna take the points. I don't think it's many, is it? Oh, no, it's not. Give me Texas Tech for 0 reasoning.
All right.
I will. I'll go Pittman as well. Ooh, Fran Brown, Cuse 13. This number is fresh.
As of 4 hours ago, yeah,
That's off the Dicker news.
correct. Yeah, it went up like 4 points.
Lay it.
Lay it. I'll lay it. Fran Brown, the Franimal.
Too many times I've over the bowl seasons I've tried to be a hipster in these situations and I feel like I get burned. Namely the when LSU like start defensive back one season
I don't know.
or wide receiver.
Russell Shepard.
No, this was in the last few years. Let me see. I think it was the year Kelly's first year was 22, right?
Yeah.
So it was the year before that. They played Kansas State and got absolutely drubbed.
Oh,
But it was the one where the line was like opened up Kansas State -4 and went up to 17 or something like that. I remember distinctly thinking that's way too much of an adjustment.
42-20. Skylar Thompson started for the Kansas State.
Yeah, like it was like all Kansas State had everybody. And
John Trey Kirkland started for LSU.
what has he done?
He is a wide receiver in the NFL for the Saints, it looks like. Let me see here. Stats.
Kirkland?
Kirkland. John Trey Kirkland.
I don't remember him.
I don't either, but it does look like he started that game. Good memory, Dan.
But that's what's going on here. Because what was it? Probably like Q's by 6.
Yeah, I think it was 9.
And jump on it now because it might even go higher.
Yeah, I'm laying them here too.
All right.
Not to mention, Wazoo lost to Wyo.
Yeah.
All due respect to the
Dick Man. This is the last one we're doing?
Well, that's why I asked earlier if you're going to, because AY threw out the 26th to the 30th. So do we just roll into the 31st?
We're
It's
in good
only,
time. Yeah,
7 more games?
Yeah, we're working good time. Let's keep it going.
All right.
Unless you need to research some of these, Ken.
No, USC, these guys have lost all their receivers. I saw the Zechariah Branch.
Both branches.
Yep, both branches. And then Kyron Hudson committed to Penn State.
Deuce Robinson,
Yeah,
Quentin
Deuce
Joyner.
Yeah, out. And then the Ville picking up Miller Moss. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm going Texas A&M here. USC will find a way to lose close again, but it'll be more than 4.
Ken, and I just looked. John Trey Kirkland has no recorded NFL stats.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Preseason. Ken loves the NFL preseason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is can't go wrong here with SOS, but the slew of portal stuff with USC. I mean, A&M scoring in Shamar Stewart and Shamar Turner. The D line is gone, but at face value, Elko versus Riley. I like Maeva, but I don't know what he has to work with. So give me A&M.
Yeah, I'll go A&M. I'm surprised that line hasn't gone up more.
Yeah. Seems fishy. I don't know how anybody bets or anybody can set lines on these games. They're just too crazy.
Usually it's like if it looks too good to be true, then it probably is. That's probably the better way to go about it.
Yeah.
See my example from 5 minutes ago with LSU K-State.
Yeah. All right.
Con Carolina.
Hell yes, Con. Let's do it.
Con, and then Carolina, they'll have Bill on the sidelines there, returning to Fenway.
It's just
my God,
all kinds of buzz. Give me the heels.
Oh yeah,
I'm going Con. Screw it.
Mora. I'm going heels. Go Bill.
Yeah.
All right, Nebraska, Boston College, Bad Boys Mowers, Pinstripe Bowl.
Yep, we're going home to the Pinstripe Bowl.
Nebraska finally got back to a bowl.
They finally did it. Raiola's still threatening to go in the portal. I'll go Nebraska here. What the hell?
Give me the butt chin, Bill O'Brien.
ACC pride.
Yeah, I think BC's been playing hard enough to carry into here.
And that guy's going to be there, right? The guy that played against Pitt. Obviously not Castellanos.
Yeah. Castellanos to Florida State.
High fly, deep south.
Yep. And TCU. The Isleta Bowl.
How is TCU given 13 points to – did Lafayette lose a bunch of guys then?
Original QB was already out. New starter got hurt in the conference title game and was carted off.
So I'm going TCU then. That would be the other example here.
Yeah.
They might have the original starter back.
But they also
What the hell is his sponsor? Isleta.
Isleta.
Ilta.
Yeah, I'll lay the points here. This could get
Isleta is a resort and casino in Albuquerque.
I liked what was their. They always had one. I feel like they had the same sponsor for a decent while. Let me see here.
Yeah, TCU.
All right. Speaking of
Gildan, yeah, it was Gildan.
Gildan. Oh yeah, they had Gildan. Good T-shirt brand.
Yeah.
Speaking of good, really good. Oh my God, how many games are on the 28th?
A lot.
12 games.
Beefy.
No, not 12 games. 1, 2,
Se-
3,
7, I
8.
think.
6, 7, 8 games. Oh my God. Speaking of good sponsors, Pop Tarts Bowl. Have you guys seen the trophy for this game?
It's electric.
It is electric.
Almost.
Is it the same one as last year?
No, it's an actual working toaster. You could toast and it comes out, and you get your Pop Tarts right out.
Is this like the mascot last year was an actual Pop Tart? Even though
Yeah. I think they're having 3 actual Pop Tarts there this year that you can eat. They're leaning in. I like it. Do we know any opt outs for this?
is Cam Ward really going to play in the Pop Tarts Bowl?
He said he's going to.
Yeah, I'm going clones.
Like this,
Try
if
to get ahead of this.
Cam Ward plays, I'm going them. If he doesn't play, I'm going to Iowa State.
I think I'll play two series. I'll go with him. I'll go with the U.
An insurmountable lead potentially.
Yep. Where are you going? Hey, why?
Well, see, I got to start thinking ahead because Notre Dame opens with Miami next year. So, what narrative do I want to hear all year?
You want the Catholics versus convicts top 10 preseason matchup?
Do I want to hear Miami off the impressive Pop Tarts Bowl victory narrative?
Hell yeah.
I do, yeah. Give me Miami. Give them some momentum going in the offseason.
Oh my God, what is this bowl game? Snoop Dogg, Arizona Bowl.
What are these
Yeah.
next two?
Looks like 5 starters out for Miami, 2 potentials, 4 for the Rams, a potential. I think Colorado State has been vastly
trying.
overrated. So
Yeah,
I'm
they're
going Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, have some pride, Spreadhawks. Come on.
They've been a gross team. They've been weird. All right. Go bowling military.
Oh God.
I'm definitely.
Is this
taking
like a bowling advertisement, or is that just like bowling
Go Bowling, I think, is a website that you can
for
book
bowling?
for finding bowling alleys to book.
That's what I was afraid you were going to say.
I'm going Pirates for
Yeah, me too.
what was his name? Hayden Ehlers.
Oh,
Anus.
Whole name, yeah.
I will make up some ground with the pack.
Maybe he'll be an honorary captain.
Baylor's. Valero Alamo Bowl. The Big 12 matchup.
One
The
true
one
Big
true
12.
Big 12 bowl matchup. I like it. Do we know if anybody will be playing for the Buffs?
Buffs.
Much like they
Fine.
said they're going to play.
Expects everyone to play.
All right.
I'm going Cougs. Getting ahead of this.
I'm going BYU.
Yeah. I'm going Buffs here.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Okay. And the last one. This is the last one.
The
right?
stand-in.
For this batch. Army. So what happened here with their Marshall left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So La Tech stepped up.
Yeah. I think they were like the 5th in line or 6th in line of succession, too. I think like a bunch of people like Wisconsin turned it down. I'll go Army here.
Me too.
They want to get the taste out of their mouth after a bad showing in Philadelphia. Was it in Philadelphia or I'm in Baltimore? I forget.
Landover.
It was Landover.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Army here. Double down on La Tech. Had their season win total under till they sprung that stupid upset. So give me Army.
All right. Game above, Pitt by 6. Next question. This would be the worst. There's been some doozies. This would be actually it can supplant losing to Youngstown State, but it's right up there. I mean, the Toledo team lost to Okron last time out.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll go Pitt to cover here.
Oh God, be careful. A lot of guys there. Who all does he have listed for Pitt?
Transfer portal: Nakai Johnson, Elliott Donald, Dejon Reynolds, Terrence Moore, Noah Bigelow, David Ojebi, and Yarnell. Opt out. Mumfield. Potential opt out. Bartholomew.
So Mumfield did opt out?
Potential. Oh, he is.
No, he's an opt out, yes.
Yeah. And then who was the potential?
Bartholomew.
Alberto. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be this spells the last time Pitt played in Detroit. They had to rally furiously to beat
Detroit.
to beat Eastern Michigan with those they had this stupid service, like gas station service worker. They looked like bowling shirts, but they were supposed to be like
the garage,
the gas station uniforms.
Yeah, the garage. Do you know what Detroit means?
Like as in the city of Detroit?
Yeah, like in French.
No. Menage de Trois?
No, Detroit I think is Trois is I think the Straits.
3.
No, I think it's the Straits.
Spelled differently. Trois, like Menage a Trois has an S on the end.
Straight, yeah. Detroit translates to straight or channel in English. I think there's a river there.
I know, I was just testing you guys.
Wow.
I should have known that with my.
The city of Detroit, Michigan is named after the French word Detroit, because the city was built on a narrow passage of water that connects Lake Huron and Lake Erie. The French called the river Le Détroit du Lac Erie, which means the Strait of Lake Erie.
All right. Also means game above sports host.
Also means that. Anyway, you're going Pitt, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even need to say it.
All right, and we are in. You guys have made it this far. We are into playoff coverage. Are you excited?
Yeah, that was a nice bridge from that last segment of Detroit. One piece of news and notes I forgot to mention: the American actor with some French ancestry, Chalamet, just killed it on game day as expected.
Chalamet, a coworker of mine.
Simmons had me cracking up today on his pod. He said he wants to just grill him about sports for 80 minutes and see if it's if he can break him or if he is a real.
Well, you saw he had that picture from like 2010 with Landry.
Stoudemire, right?
No, Landry. It was the GM for the Hawks right now. What is the name?
Oh, they talked about him hounding Amari Stoudemire for autographs when he played for the Knicks.
It was Landry Fields. So it's a picture of him with Landry Fields in like Grand Central, and they were doing some contests, and he ran up when he was like 10, and did some trivia.
He's a sports guy.
He's a sports guy. Landry Fields. I did not Oh, that's just the one season. I was gonna say I thought he was way better than this. Final season averaged 1.8 points per game.
All right.
Not a long run. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the NBA.
For the Rockets?
Knicks, then Toronto. That's it.
Oh, the T-Dot. Interesting.
I feel like he was around for longer. I knew him more. I don't know why he sticks out so much with just that limited run, but. All right.
CFP first round, first game. Indiana at Notre Dame.
The first ever.
First ever on campus game. 7.5. You can find a 7 if you want it. You can find a 7.5 if you want it. As for the game, I feel like I've just gone in too deep. I think that's why the whole Jersey outbreak was a nice respite from diving in. What I have learned and what I believe will determine this game is when Notre Dame has the ball, can they? This is stupid and simple. Can they run the ball? We the numbers of Indiana's rush D, tops in the nation by your standard metrics.
There's no issues with Love, is there?
Huh?
There's no issues with Love, is there? I know he didn't play in the USC game.
Love. Okay, so yeah, now Jeremiah, I guess we'll get to Love now. Love is good to go. They showed video from the media portion of practice on Monday. He had a sizable knee brace on his right knee. Injury still not privy to what exactly it was, but there's a knee brace on his right knee. I thought he looked not great, but the counter to that is it's a Monday, it's a maintenance day. It was wet out. I don't know. We'll know. You'll know the first snap how good he is. He's going to need to be good. Indiana's rush D, number one metrically. Advanced metrics, pretty good. You could point out they have not the best rushing attack they have faced is Ohio State's, who, depending where you look, is somewhere in the 50s as far as rush offense. Everything else is north.
Buoyed by Penn State. Buoyed by playing Penn State.
Perhaps buoyed by Penn State, yes.
Perhaps.
And so with them being in the 50s, it could be a bit of a shock. Notre Dame is in the top 10. I don't know, take that what you will. I think it's Notre Dame that needs to run the ball. They haven't been behind really all year. So if they can't run the ball, can they pass it? No one knows because they haven't had to do it. And if you look at it, you probably lean that they can't. At least that's what I lean. Mitchell Evans is going to need to be a huge key here. Colson Loveland had some success. I've basically been zeroing in on the Ohio State and Michigan games just because of closer to talent-wise. And Loveland did have success. Ohio State didn't really have a lot of success running the ball, but their line they're dinged up and somehow not as good as this Notre Dame line is. I don't know. When Indiana has the ball, Lawton and Ellison, great running backs. Rourke, very solid quarterback. He's from Canada. As Signetti stated many times, he's not worried with the cold. On the outside, Surratt. They want to run the ball, but they can pass it too. They have a bunch of Williams from Wake Forest, JMU transfer, a bunch of capable number 2 receivers, and Surratt can be number 1. The key there is the pass rush. With Howard Cross out against USC, it was non-existent. They had to bring multiple guys, leave the corners on islands like they have been all year, which was fine against subpar competition, but Christian Gray had himself a day. Full circle day.
Well, full circle day. He added it. Yeah, Jim Valvano for sure.
He had a Jim V out there against USC. That's for sure. So can Notre Dame, with Cross now, get a pass rush? They're going to blitz because that's what they do. Michigan, Ohio State amped up their blitzes more than normal against Indiana, and it worked to success. Notre Dame does blitz a lot more than them already, so you think if they blitz a little more, can they get to Rourke, whose mobility is limited, and force him into mistakes? Do they switch up the zone? They never play zone. Do they throw a wrinkle and play zone? No, you need to stop the run, which Notre Dame has not been great at. Overall for the season, not great numbers, somewhere in the 80s or 90s. Since the first bye, it's been much better. But then Cross went out, so then it got much worse. So you got a 4-game sample there. Kind of don't know about the rush defense either. It's not great, but I think it can definitely be better than what it is. And the ultimate variable, we'll save that. It comes down to can Notre Dame run the ball, and do enough in the passing game instead of third and longs? And can they get after Rourke? It's simple as that. I mean, it's football. Both teams will run the ball. It's going to be cold, not too windy. Snow showers, probably not, more in the morning. I felt much better about this game 2 weeks ago, last week. Yesterday, started creeping in. Ooh, this is kind of weird, actually. With Jeremiah Love, I'm not sure how he is. I do think Riley Leonard is going to run the ball a lot in this game. They haven't seen this type of mobility out of quarterbacks. Ethan Garbers from UCLA comes to mind. Will Howard. This is going to be the biggest.
Howard is fair-ish.
This will be the most run-happy quarterback they've faced. And with Jerry and Price and Jeremiah Love, they're going to get a lot of runs. They could stop him, here or there. But Price and Love have just been explosive runs down the stretch. It just takes one. On defense, they have Pons, they have Fisher, they have Kamara, all JMU transfers. You got to love that.
Yep.
So it's all come home. My JMU boys have gone to Signetti. I've backed Signetti all year. And now we get
And JMU all year.
Yeah, yep, and JMU. And now they get Notre Dame. It all comes home this Friday night. So my prediction for this game is I'm going to stick with where I was. I think the element that we can't handicap and you can just believe in is Notre Dame in a big game at night under Freeman. And I just think that they do it.
Is Indiana a big game?
10 days ago, I would have said what?
He said, "Is Indiana a big game?"
Yes. I'm gonna. Although I don't know if we'll get to yours. 'Cause I don't think SMU is that baggage that the Ohio State Michigan is. So I think Jimmy will be fine for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a big game. And 2 weeks ago, I would have said Notre Dame 38. They make a field goal. Shocker. They can't kick. We'll see what happens. I was at 38-10. But I'm going to go with I'll give Indiana some credit here for sure. I think Notre Dame does move the ball. 31-20. Notre Dame moves on. If they wear black jerseys, 45-0.
I can't believe this movement surrounding black uniforms at Notre Dame of one of the 10-ish traditional kits in all of college sports. I would say I think it would be tighter. I think your heart will be in your mouth. 28-24 Irish escape. They definitely do not make a field goal. In fact, I would say they might miss one or two field goals to keep Indiana in it. And maybe it's a backdoor. But I think the sense of will be there because I think it would have been there for Ohio State against Indiana if not for them soiling themselves.
Shit in the bed, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't like as far as I'd be pretty stunned if Indiana actually won for whatever that's worth.
Yeah,
I would not be, but
you go in coverage here. Anyway, you went Sig or no?
He went 11. He went Irish by 11.
Notre Dame by 11, but it is it's not a comfortable 11. It's not a comfortable 11.
I think I agree with I tend to agree with AY here. I think there can be some imposition here. I've seen that Indiana offense at times look really good, but then you see that second half against Michigan. You see what happens against Ohio State, right?
Second quarter, yeah.
Second quarter and post second quarter, right? Yeah, or post first quarter because they looked pretty good early.
Yeah,
Notre Dame,
perfect dream start, I would say for them against Ohio State.
Notre Dame defensively goes through a filling out period early.
I think everybody does. I know Penn State does. They give up a touchdown on the first drive every game.
So I definitely think Indiana has success early on. Yeah. But
so,
I think
if you're betting Notre Dame, just wait for the first quarter. Get a live line.
Yeah.
I will also go Notre Dame here to cover. I'll go 28-20. So right outside the number.
I'm the only one with faith in Jeter. Okay. Did you know Notre Dame is last in the country in field goal percentage?
I'm not surprised to hear that, but I did not know that. I mean, some of those operations were just pathetic.
It makes you wonder, like if it's third and 6, are you just gonna call it you're gonna call it inside zone just to get the 4th and 2 so you can run it?
Right. Yeah. And it's
that could turn out better for you guys. I think the way you
it could, but it kind of
Yeah.
sucks. Like the hand is forced.
I honestly, with the temperature, the way it's going to be at night, it's going to be like kicking a freaking boulder. I wouldn't do it unless it's like extra point. It was literally from the 10-yard line, then maybe.
Freeman has been mad
and
aggressive.
it is 52.5. So I didn't even look at that total until now.
I thought you were talking about the temperature.
No, yeah, not going to be 52.5.
I was like, that's not bad.
Yeah, temps in the 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Similar in the Valley, the State College. I won't dive too deeply here. I don't think, and us as fans can underestimate all we want, but I've seen a lot of this SMU team this year. You saw like the 6 turnovers against Duke, the bad start against Clemson. They handled teams like Louisville. They're pretty good. And then granted, it was before the change from Preston to Jennings, which really lit obviously the fire under them. But they had some troubles there against BYU as well. That was, I think they were splitting time at that point, right? It was Jennings and Stone for BYU.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they with
Since
the
that weird,
issues. What's that?
They had the weird game against was it Nevada, week 0?
Yeah, well, that was all Stone. That one was really bad. They were like a 28-point favorite, weren't they?
Yeah.
But it was plain early on that their offensive line was not very good and could not protect Stone, which is why they went to the more mobile Jennings. They've got some receivers as well that could get open, but they're not, what you think of traditionally with, your Rashee Rices or your Cortland Suttons and the big receivers that you're used to seeing at SMU. They've got shiftier guys, smaller guys that just kind of get open, kind of like Tez Johnson's, but I don't think anybody as good as Tez Johnson. But their running back also was a converted receiver when he transferred in, and they just put him at running back and get him the ball. He had 1,200 yards rushing, but obviously good hands. He was a converted receiver. He had a pretty good game against Pitt, right, Dan?
Everybody had a good game against Pitt. Nobody had a good game for Pitt.
Yeah.
I'll just say my thing now, as I said with Clemson the last time we recorded. Don't play like bitches, and you win by 13 to 17 points.
That's true. I do think that's the case. Like I said, I'll keep it short here. I don't think their offensive line can keep up with the defense and the horses that Penn State's got out there. Abdul Carter, unanimous, only the 15th unanimous All-American at Penn State, which is big congrats to him. So he was first team in all 5 of the major publications for All-American. Amazing for a guy that just switched to the position this year and really only started coming on in the back half of the year. I expect him to have a really good game. They looking at and seeing some breakdowns, their offensive line not very good, but you gotta be careful with losing rush integrity in the lanes, going too far upfield because Jennings will hurt you going underneath. It's a big reason they went that way is because of the offensive line struggles. They are able to stop the run. They've been pretty good against the run, so it'll be interesting to see if Penn State can continue to have that success that they had against Oregon. It was the best game I think that they've had from both backs since at least their freshman year, right? Definitely all year, definitely better than anything they did all of last year also. And so Penn State, they'll continue to force feed Tyler Warren. They've got some decent linebackers back there, but I think one of their starters at linebacker was like 5'11", and Tyler Warren's like 6'5", right? So there's some matchups I think that can be exploited with the size that they've got. Obviously, I'm sure they'll be keying in on him a lot. So I do expect them in that secondary, which is okay. I wouldn't call them good, but they're decent. They're okay against some good offenses in the ACC. I think you'll see them really keying in on Tyler Warren, and I expect Penn State to look to the receivers, hopefully to get open. I know I've been saying it all year. You saw it open up a little bit last time out with Trey Wallace having a decent game. Omari Evans had a touchdown deep there. He got open. I think they'll need one of those early on here to get the crowd into it, because it looks like it's and it's a combination of factors: hotel availability and prices, the students being on break, which is lame, but I don't expect it to be very full in there, especially with the weather. And it's I don't think it'll be the best, but it's gonna be brutal out there. And so I think it might be a little bit of a slow start. I like SMU to come out there, be creative. They're going to have their backs against. They're playing with house money, right? Nobody expected them to be here in their first season in a bigger conference. Made its championship game, almost came back and won it. Had a fantastic year. I think they'll be playing with house money and they'll be taking some risks. Penn State has been known to give up some plays in the early on. I think they might be a little overzealous, especially with that offensive line. Maybe they'll use some of that misdirection and get Penn State's overzealousness, use it to their advantage. But I think eventually they'll settle in there. Penn State could be a turnover. And I think they will eventually get to Jennings as well, make him feel in that cold as well. I think it'll be a little tougher for him. I've got Penn State here winning by 2 touchdowns. I don't think it's necessarily close, but it's kind of one that's, they're nursing that 10-point lead and it gets to 14 after a couple of traded scores early on in the fourth quarter. They kind of just stiff-arm their way from there.
Yep, 34-20 is what I got. As I said, for the Big Ten championship, I would be stunned if anything other than Oregon winning by 6 happened. Obviously, they won by 8. I feel the same way about Penn State winning by 13 to 17 points in this game. I'll be pretty floored with anything else, because I think they'll do some dumb shit. Well, not dumb shit, but they'll be like, one of those receivers you mentioned have a big play or something like that.
Yeah.
Not have it be. But I mean, at the same time, if the cold really does psych them out, as I've witnessed in person with a Sam Houston team from Texas against JMU, infamously, you could just beat them 42-6.
Oh.
But I'll be pretty surprised.
That's SIG though. That's SIG.
That's true. Yeah, Franklin. If we've established anything, SIG is a cut above.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Penn State covers here. I think they went by 17, 18 points. My other concern with Penn State would be they do allow 2 yards per carry more versus the spread offense. But having just seen the Oregon offense being able to have that fresh in their mind, make adjustments off of that, I think they'll acclimate fairly quickly to SMU style up front and be smooth sailing after the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing it's the football karma that could get them with intangible. Like said, everybody seemingly happy. I mean, Ken, you weren't happy that they lost, obviously, but like there were definitely some reactions like, this is actually great that we lost. And I obviously get where that's coming from. But
fantastic consolation.
I don't know. You set yourself up for some football karma being happy about your team losing is all I'll say.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that there's like some weird karmic justice there that could come.
I'll say I was not unhappy, and I was glad to see them perform well so that they could get a good draw.
The offense.
The offense. Sorry. Defense. I don't expect the defense to play, and I said it at the top. I don't expect them to see anybody as good as this Oregon offense again this year, or unless they play them in the championship game, because they're very good. And Gabriel, for as much flack as I've given him over the last 4 or 5 years, he's a gamer. He's very good.
I am dug in so much on that guy.
Mm-hmm. I know you are.
More dug in on him than what's his name from
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe I've been influenced by you.
You'll see.
But there were probably 4 or 5 plays there where I thought Penn State had him dead to rights, and he put it right on the money. He's He's a gamer.
Terrific. Now we're into winning time, so we'll see how it
Yep,
plays.
exactly. Well, now we're in the winning. He's won all year. He's done it all year. Shall we go to Austin?
Yeah. Clemson, Texas.
The battle of the Texas quarterbacks, round 2, I believe.
Yes.
God help us all, pun intended, if Clemson wins this with the
Oh,
that goes
well,
on between
God will have
Dabo.
only helped one person in that.
Exactly.
In that case. Not all.
So I'm going
That
Texas.
would be
I'll
that would be
go by
absolutely
that.
hilarious if they brought it home. If Dabo did it,
Yeah, if Texas like 34-17 or something like that. I don't have a ton to offer on this game.
12 is a big
Clemson is
number.
what they are.
12 is a big number.
Yeah.
What we've seen from this Texas offense, it's hit or miss. Everything's telling me to take the points here, but I'll go 2 touchdowns. Also, I'll go 31-17.
Can I interject? Time we may have slotted, and AY, sorry, this will be a question for you primarily. Why did Arenado block a trade to the Astros? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Continue.
I did see that report. Sticking in Texas. I'm going to take Clemson here to cover. I just think they hang around. I've seen last week Texas, or 2 weeks ago Texas, should have buried Georgia in the first half, and they didn't.
Same with Texas A&M. Oh, I guess they did in the first half, but they really didn't bury them in the
Yeah,
second.
they just couldn't pull away. I think it's just the same kind of style here. Just Dabo with his championship pedigree keeps it close. I actually think this is a 1-score game. 23-17 Texas.
All right. I could definitely see that. Every bone in my body was telling me Clemson also, but I
Might
don't
just
think so.
poke
I don't
through
think-
there
I don't
at the
think
end.
they're good. I don't think they're very good. Yeah.
Only because, I mean, Phil Maffa, for a guy
He's
that
hurt.
looks like – what's that?
He's still out.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I didn't realize you. Let me see. Moffer.
He gives Wednesday evening update. What did he say? He's doing great. That's what he said. He's ready to roll. He's ready to roll.
Look at these game logs from him, though. I mean, for a guy that should be a Coke machine with legs, he sure does not produce. Yeah, I'm not. I am glad. This is a far fourth as far as interest goes. I mean, and obviously, I'll of course want to see who wins and whatnot, but to have the Steelers game going oppo this and the Tyson Fury rematch, this is a distant third on the TVs.
On to the nightcap, where sister pod CTB Roth will have boots on the ground,
Yeah.
Wearing orange.
as well as a bunch of other folks wearing orange.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
Love the propaganda that goes on.
7.5's number here. Like Notre Dame, you can find a 7 if you wanted it. I mean, I don't think Tennessee's offense is good enough. But Sampson being healthy, I think they can kind of employ a Michigan-like formula here. And with all the baggage surrounding this Buckeyes program, we've seen it often now with Michigan at home the last 2 times, Nebraska at home this year. This team just tightens up.
Be surprised if the Boo Birds don't come out.
they'll definitely be out. I'm taking the Vols to cover, and I don't even really like them that much. But I just think
I
there's
don't like them either. I was all in on them earlier in the year.
I've been waiting for this. I know we've been waiting for this Ohio State Death Star to boot up, but it's malfunctioning. Could they win this game by 20, beat Oregon in 2 weeks? Absolutely. But I'm done waiting on it, counting on it,
Or betting on it.
definitely betting on it. I would take Ohio State to survive. And
I
we'll
will
reassess come New Year's.
Yep.
I will go with Death Star Machine Ohio State here after getting embarrassed against Michigan and having to lick their wounds here for 3 weeks. I'm going with Ohio State here.
They did come out. They did pull this trick against Georgia, 2 years ago?
Yep.
They did.
But they also had C.J. Stroud and Marvin
And they had
Harrison
the underdog.
Yeah.
and the dog, and they were away. This is at home as a favorite,
Yeah.
with just people ready to rain on them.
They was Stroud even not Stroud, was Harrison even the number one in that game? Or was it somebody else? I forget. I know he got knocked out of that game.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
the best. He was the best player. I don't know if he was the number one receiver.
All right. And I've heard it said, talked about comparing it to that game that that they were kind of playing with almost house money in that game. They didn't expect to be in the playoff.
Mhm.
USC lost, and they got it brought back from the dead, and they were all gung ho about it. This one,
Big Puka actually had the bigger game.
it right.
I think he got hurt too, right?
Harrison's the one that got knocked out of the game in the back of the end zone that changed everything, I believe. But yes, they pull that trick. Then they pull it. I feel like you see them pull this almost every year in the bowl game after they have a disappointing end of the season. The game against Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl in 2015, and it's like you got to make them taste their own blood. Even granted, that wasn't their first loss, but it was their first, I think, embarrassing one this year. And so I like them to come back and respond. And they've had to hear about this shit for 3 weeks. So I'm going to have them beating the brakes off of Tennessee here. I'll have them win by 21. Go 42-21.
I'm more with AY here. Buckeyes by 6. Hope Roth sees a good game. And I hope he throws a snowball, big nut.
Good luck, Roth.
Let's do another update. This is probably my 85th time checking tickets. The trends have not
Improved.
We're at 633. Remember when I was staring down those $300 ones?
Oh God, yeah.
Should have pulled the trigger.
I did not foresee
This.
I don't think anybody did.
Well, I didn't foresee the drop back down. What the hell's going on?
Maybe the weather. People holding out and holding the tickets still. They need to unload them now.
Chesney's going to get the front door cover here. What in hell?
Chesney,
Unbelievable.
Coal Region Chesney.
Is he really?
This Veltkamp, I've watched enough of him for 3 lifetimes. He is a complete ass. This is 2 nights in a row this shit's happened. I feel like you feel like you're on the right side and then don't get the breaks. Yeah, he got
It's the
strip
most
sacked
wonderful time
inside
of the
the
year.
40. Yep. Yeah, he got strip sacked inside the 40 Chesney, and then they got the field goal. Whereas if they wouldn't have given up a 25-yard run on the first play, then Chesney probably just runs it out. Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back to 500. What do I have to go now? 40-4?
Do you have any locks before we fill out our bracket?
Yeah, I would say Q's for me, and I I don't want to steal yours, AY. I know I would be surprised if you don't pick the one that I'm thinking of. And can I change it to JMU? Yeah, give me Q's and Utsa.
Okay.
We're doing 2. I just made it up on the spot.
What's what was it again?
-9.
I was at home or
On the road?
against the road. That's for Coastal Carolina at home. I will go with Miami here, the U, and I will also go with the U. Oh, Miami here, non the U. The Colorado State fade.
I was gonna go with Miami, Ohio. That's a good pick. Dan, did you think I'm gonna go NIU? Because I'm not.
Nope.
Well, I'm not sure where you think I'm going because I'm not going there.
Bowling Green.
Okay, that was the second choice. Yeah. I don't know what Fan's gonna do. I'm gonna go. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go 2 favorites, and they both played this year. Bowling Green, and I need to go with 1 playoff game because I know they'll be trying. I'm going with Penn State.
Oh yeah.
It's
There it is.
yeah. I mean, we all foresee 2 touchdown victories there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Penn State.
Okay.
Rents do still, Jimmy.
They just still do.
He didn't do well. What was the final tally for them? Were they around 500 against the spread this year?
Let's see.
I feel like they're 9-3 against the spread every year, but
They were a little worse this year. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Let's against the spread. Why is it reset now? Six and 6. Wait, 6 and 6. No, they played 13 games though. I think they're 6 and 7 now overall. All right.
Okay, last thing. Did you guys fill out your brackets?
I did.
Okay, who you got?
shit, no.
So I've got Texas making it through. I've got Oregon making it through to the Final Four. I got Texas, Oregon. I've got Penn State making it through. I've got Notre Dame making it through.
Jeez.
And I've got Penn State making it through Notre Dame. And I've got Oregon making it through Texas. So a rematch, Big Ten rematch. And I'll pick.
You made it this far.
I know. I'll pick Penn State to win it.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to bring the pause there. I wanted the anticipation to go.
All right.
I have Penn State winning.
All right. I got Texas. I got Ohio State. I got Penn State. I got Irish. And then I got Texas. I got Ohio State. I'm going to spring you underestimate the voodoo you're going up against in the Fiesta Bowl. I will have the Genti springing the upset.
Oh,
And I've got Georgia knocking off the Irish. So no semifinals for you guys. And then I will go Ohio State over Texas into there, Georgia over Boise. As I said, it feels like 3 hours ago. I think it was an hour ago. Georgia over Ohio State. My original regular season, I'm hanging into the end. because nothing can get worse than when I stuck with Jameis that 2014 season. Then they lost by 20 to Oregon.
Okay, good picks there. We know my first round picks. Second round, I'm taking Texas over Arizona State. I'm taking Oregon over Ohio State. I am taking Penn State over Boise State, and I'm taking Georgia over Notre Dame. Good game. It'll be a good game, I think. If Notre Dame gets there, I think it'll be a good game. Stockton, or as we've heard him, Stinkton at quarterback. My semis, I have Texas over Oregon. Wait, did I skip one? No. Texas over Oregon and Georgia over Penn State. I said in the preseason, Oregon and Ohio State would play 3 times. I'm switching that to Texas, Georgia playing 3 times. And please, just not Georgia. I know I took.
A1 is not like the stationary target.
I took Clemson to the point earlier against Texas. Texas, they just find ways to keep it close and not impress. I just think that this defense is sick, and if Banks is healthy, that receiving core they have is awesome.
Yes.
Could you imagine them losing 3 times to Georgia, though? Wow.
They're awesome. And Wisner can just he's been awesome. I think Texas navigates this and Sark gets the W.
All right.
Let's
wrap it up. Got to do some other work.
There you go. That was a lot coming at you. We'll be back post Christmas.
Yes.
For the rest to recap round 1, preview the last remaining bowls, and get you ready for the quarterfinals. For me, AY from the Beautiful State Capital, the Red State, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. To my west, D-Berg.
Good night, all. Let's go, Tyson.
And to my east, Can. Enjoy the game this weekend.
Good night. Happy holidays.
Yes, thank you for listening. Happy holidays to everyone. We will see you post Christmas. Thanks for listening and have a good one.